Greetings, I'm joining us on this podcast. Welcome to the land of the weird part of YouTube, Forbidden Zone. Okay, we're going to go into Israeli UFO disclosure. I'm going to we're going to bring in Pleiadian energies, Nathaniel, as they're doing the webinar from was it Wednesday? Yeah, I felt he wanted to go into it a little bit more deeply. Well, what he's allowed to go into doesn't mean, once again, doesn't mean the ships are going to land tomorrow. And also we go into the ruler of the earth, or this is the one I'm making connect the controller of the earth. I haven't really given him a name, but the guy with the big head. I haven't given him a name. I don't think I'm ever going to give him a name. So I'm going to bring him in the second portion of this. Might be something in between there, between now and then, but going to the, I want to go a little bit more into the Israeli situation. Also, I didn't put this in the title, the monoliths. Also, apparently they're all over the place at this point. But there's Illuminati energies all around that, of course. So it doesn't seem that to be that way. It might be a group, but the leader is still connected to some form or another. So that they're part of it to some. Well, anyway, it's not that big of a deal. But oops. Okay, we wanted to do a little bit of update where I'm at. I'm not sure where I'm at actually. I don't remember. But this is avatar.com for those that are new to here. Private sessions, Google Hangout, Zoom, and chatting my phone. Shop here. I think I'm on the first. I'm on the 1st and 2nd of December. Same situation here. Webinar sign up, social network, Rabbit, and behind the scenes for support. So this will be different. I guess every day is different. All right, we'll just see where this goes. So shit. Yeah. All right, blessings. Here we go. Grace you. This is Nathaniel with the Pleiadians. It's tall blonde Nordics. Blessings to your humankind, human nature, as we are brothers and sisters of each other. Israel, yes, is playing a big role in your shift. Their awakening. Where China is part of what you are a part of right now, a change in society. Israel, you said, decided on an astral level to bring out more alien disclosure, as will continue. Now, they might not be taken seriously by those in charge, but yes, they have a. You can even look at the conspiracy theories. Everything points to Israel, correct? Why not the UFO information also? Now, they're not doing this for ego purposes. They're doing it because they themselves are tired of the cover-up and want humanity to flourish. They actually want humanity to evolve. So take it as you will, as there's still a fear among society, of course. So we would say expect Israel to go even further into these details in your future. Tel Aviv is becoming more, you can say, of a leader. Yes, there's manipulations that are going into Iran, meaning that Iran is seen as the villain. Iran has a lot of knowledge and is being quiet. It's been quietened a lot. They want them to shut up. Now, obviously, they have not made themselves known, but They carry a lot of knowledge that's been suppressed. There's a lot of Anunnaki knowledge there, from not just the Anunnaki, but many beings. That is another place of disclosure when the time is right. No time is right at this time for disclosure, of course, on a massive scale. Well, we do see humans right now. Yes, they have like a kind of like a psychotic, fearful laugh that aliens are here, and then they look the other way. We see the education increasing, where the fear is no longer as controlling as it was before. Now, this isn't exactly those controlling your planet are causing the fear in society. It's just society is being programmed to think a certain way, and aliens are not part of it. Aliens are a part of the program of just don't bother. It's not important. That's not part of your programming. But many of you, as you know, you're disconnected from that program because many of you are here to bring in a new program or no program or deprogram the planet. Allow nature to take back its planet as nature is held hostile. It's held hostage also, as you can see. Nature is not being allowed to show its true colors. So even the colors of nature can be more vibrant. So, because alien life lives off of nature. The ships live off of nature. When an alien ship connects to your world's nature, yeah, it can feel the manipulations instantly, what's happening to your humankind. Of course, you're so used to it, you don't see it. Well, technically, many of you are feeling it. You're feeling the dense energies, like you're going through a weather system, like a tornado, but there's no tornado, but you feel like something's going on. It's probably a better description for that somewhere, but you know there's something going on around you right now, but you don't see it. And that is basically the programming of society. From higher astral or lower astral, but it is coming from the astral plane on different levels. The positive side that comes in, there's the negative side that comes in. And humanity makes the choice of which one they want. Obviously, humanity chose the more challenging side because they got to get it from somewhere. Well, they know that there's much self-improvement that is necessary here. It's like if we're here and we can learn more about ourselves, why don't we? Why not we add more challenges? Give us more. And this is what happened during the Atlantean times. We're ready to be challenged. Give us your best shot. Obviously, they did not always win those battles. You can say on an unconscious level, they asked for it. And it was delivered. But they kept asking. That's what makes the Atlanteans so fascinating. It's like even when they lost, they asked for more. Because that's what brought the challenges you have today. They open up doors to other alien beings that can cause massive abuse to your world. A world would normally, these things would have stopped a long time ago. This world just let it keep on coming. As many of you want a challenge in your life, many have challenges in their relationships. That's kind of giving you a clue. Like, we'll just put, some people, we'll just keep it general. Some people will say, oh, that person's a challenge. And like, everybody says, don't bother with it. It's like, I'm going to do it anyway. So, same thing. Think about on a global scale. So, yes, obviously, the details of that are not going to be completely clear. When is it ever? As yes, the spirit world has a more indication, clear map of everything. But humanity was given a choice to allow more of these challenges to come in, and just opened up all doors to all places, positive and dark, and allow them all to come in. Now, yes, we're dealing with a more darker energy actually than you've had in quite some time, actually. Now, you might feel it. Of course, your past has been hidden from you, rewritten. We're allowed to go into those details of your recent past, like the 1800s, 1700s. Even there is like it's not time for that just yet. Because there's a lot of hidden information there. Well, let's put yes, it was more advanced than what is led on. You can see it through the architecture, but also the science, and how did they make those maps in your ancient times? Were there flying people here, or people are just very tall? No, but they weren't tall. They weren't that tall. But yes, there were. Some of it was channeled, but a lot of it was given to. So certain things aren't going to be completely clear. Well, because you're dealing what you have right now. The idea is to, yes, share your light. The galactic communities, as many of you created, are going to become more vast, more taken seriously by your public. Now, does that mean anomalies are going to occur in your skies? Most likely. Where you feel like just evidence, what people are looking for, evidence will be delivered in some form or another. To start the conversation on a mainstream level. Well, mainstream is up to you what that means. Just on a more broader scale. So expect more anomalies. Now your monoliths are kind of an anomaly. That's not the anomalies that we're speaking about. The ones we're speaking about, the ones in the skies. Where you see anomalies in the sky. The monoliths are like a precursor of what's to come. Well, let's put it this way. Monoliths are, I believe you know what we're speaking about, what was found in Utah. You can say it's calling in the strange. It's like the elites are ready. We are preparing the world for their mass awakening. Slowly, of course. And yes, 20 years from now, you'll feel a much different planet. A much different planet. Of course, you're feeling it now. But I feel like some of you actually feel, in some form or another, mission is accomplished. Like alien activity is more taken serious by a society that rejects it. But we are speaking about anomalies in your skies, where it does not look like it's fake, where it's real, and it will be. Where more humans here. Now, you can call anything fake all you want. That is better for the psyche. Well, we can also go here, Sandy Hook. Yeah, that was more darker than people are aware of. Your incident back in, we don't have the dates, but back in your past. The elementary school. It was darker than what was reported. So that's all we can say on that for now. Yes, we have to keep a lot of things away at this time for obvious reasons. Well, we can't give you the full answers just yet. Yes, I've discovered much on your own. But we can say, well, basically, you are preparing for a change of thought ideas. So we say, not that we have to look at the skies all the time, but realize the skies will be speaking to you one day. We receive a shift. Now, it would be most likely an anomaly. But an anomaly, now you've seen anomalies, of course, the media has been keeping everything quiet for obvious reasons. But there will be a time where it's like they're not doing that anymore. Even the media can't ignore it anymore. Now, you can say Phoenix Lights are a version of it, but there'll be other versions that would be more likely, but they can't look away. They can't ignore it. Now, they won't want to ignore it. Now, they might. Some of your mainstream media might change the story, the narrative, but either way, the idea is for you to know what you are seeing is real. Now, it doesn't mean there's going to be an alien invasion or anything like that, but it shows you are in the stages of allowing this to be taken more seriously. There has to be some kind of event of some form or another or growth to occur here. And you are on that path. So, like I say, it's not here to scare people. It's just an energy where it's just enough to get the minds open. That's all we can say on that. Once again, Israel and other places, they don't know where things are going. Even the aliens don't really know. There's much being planned, of course, but nothing's ever concrete. Of course not. Why would it be? When do you have your lives concrete? Your Earth is, yes, it seems like for aliens, those that are contacting your planet, you can say they are connected, yes, to a galactic military. But not a type to fight, but one to protect. That's they have weapons, or some of them have to have some kind of weaponry, or some kind of energy to shut down a weapon, to send it back to its origins, like you have in your 1950s, where everyone, they wanted to destroy the planet, basically. Actually, it was before that, but, well, those that want to destroy the world, they're going to, it's like it's an honor. It's literally an honor to do something like that, to show who is God. Now, obviously, they can't create, but they can destroy. So they want to. These are individuals that lost their own humanity. Don't care. Personal glory matters most. Seriously. Now, this does go to a government origin also. So, yes, they were going to use weapons to wipe out half the race. Human race, yes. Missiles. Obviously, they'll not occur. So some of those conspiracies are true, but not to worry. The Cuban Missile Crisis, another version of that, and which was very real. That was not fake. That was very real. So you're going into a time of more awareness. So disclosure is going to find itself to you when the time is right. But these times are getting stronger, as many of you are feeling. Your December 21st is another indication. Believe what you want with it. It is a turning of the tide. You can remove the date altogether, but what's happening with the planets is very important, as it does connect to your Earth to bring a polar shift. Yes, a polarizing shift. Governments won't be changed anytime soon, but yes, it is in the cards to shift that energy to more positive enlightenment, but you have some time for that. There's still a lot of humans are still not wanting to see the corruption as you can see currently. So they have to see it. To remove corruption would help your aliens to connect to society. Not many aliens when they come to a world that doesn't know itself. See, the idea for alien disclosure is to come to a world that may not have all the answers, but for the most part has a peaceful agenda. There is a peaceful agenda here, but some groups here, your elite groups, at least in your media, etc., your politics, they're not here for peace. Nancy Pelosi is a good example of that, traitor of the world practically. And there's others. And to heal that traitor energy, that would help with disclosure on a massive scale. In Germany and even in Russia, at least, is more open to all these things. Say what you want about Russia or Germany, mostly Russia. Say what you want. They'll take a disclosure any day of the week. They'll handle it much better too. So what does America have to hide? Well, because it's trying to control society, at least the elites are. Or control the world, for that matter. Russia is another hotbed for disclosure. Well, let's put it this way. It can happen today. And most of those people will be overjoyed. In America, most people will be quite the opposite. At least the majority. Give an idea of how that works. So, let's see. Greetings to you. I am leader. I am the ruler of the earth. That is not me, but if you need to give us someone the title, I will be gladly to take that. But that is not what I am. But yes, a elongated head being, yes, a being of the mind. Greetings to you once again. Yes, your religions, of course, are brought here to slow humanity's growth down. To get to know yourselves on a level that you would not learn in other worlds. So the idea was to get information from other planets. How do they grow? In your planet, how can you do the opposite? Beings, yes, they know how to stunt your growth. So how do you do that? You brought it all here, as you can see. On a massive scale, yes, of even food has been put against many of you, as you can see. Some places are not so much, but others are. Africa, I believe, I don't know if I was one that mentioned it here, but Africa, yes, is your alien disclosure point also. Alien energies all through the place. Of course, they have alien contact there, but it's never going to be recorded. As they see things, they feel things, but they don't have the internet as you do to broadcast it. Usually it's in more rural areas, but it's a place that you're not going to hear about. Africa is almost similar to Antarctica in a lot of ways. How many people are truly going there? Well, there are people that live there, but then there's the areas where there's nobody, like the middle of the Sahara Desert. You don't find many people there, and that's where most of your sightings are seen. Where there's much happening under the Sahara. There is many buildings, there's infrastructures there. Of course, a part of Atlantis is there also. I wonder where they placed it. Well, they just found some sand and threw it under there. But it's not in the locations that can be found, of course. So, as many places had to be hidden, well, they had to put it somewhere. Not just the bottom of the ocean, because they're experienced across the world. It's basically the pyramids just are built to hide Atlantis for the most part. Well, because you're now part of a new age of not knowing about yourselves, a new age of going the opposite direction, where the mind is just being so tested. As spirit beings, even spirit can be tested there. But here, yes, the lower astral beings, as you know, took hold. What is popular is more likely what's more manipulated. So these gangsters on your world are demonic beings, which is not mentioned very often, are, yes, sly devils, because they are devil, are, yes, the ringmasters of your reality. So they don't like to be seen physically. Well, we believe many of you are going to bring them out physically one day in your reality. Well, because you're going to know more about your new Earth, you might as well know about all things that are here. In Agartha, you can see demonic beings there, little devil beings wandering around. Some of them call them friends. So there's different ways of looking at it. You're here to decipher all of these things. If you want your new Earth, it's good to know what you're getting yourself into. Because as you remove all these control systems that are controlled by the demonic realms, then you're going to eventually start to see them. Now, you see it through people already. Eventually, they'll be brought into the surface, along with dragons also. There's positive dragons. Usually, they're more white dragons, and the darker dragons some of them are actually a green color, but they're different colors of them. Some of the dragons also on this planet have just very powerful mind control beings. They like things the way they want it. They like a controlled society. Now, how many in your human race talk about dragons very often? It's not part of the daily grind of thinking, usually. So more of your Agartha will be lifted from the unknown realms. I believe some of you have some idea of this. It's going to hit your world even more seriously in the next couple of years. In some form or another, doesn't mean you're going to see dragons in the Tapi. That would be quite different if you see dragons in your skies, but it's a possibility. As it becomes more medieval, I mean, you're going to have modern technology or more advanced technology, but more medieval type of creatures will start to make themselves known, such as dragon energies, elf beings, and so on. Some people have been born with kind of elf-like ears. That's already currently happening. Doesn't mean anyone's going to be born with wings, not yet. But yeah, you already have your fairies here. We're going to have to go into detail of how you can find one, which is in the human form. Just look at your latest exotic dancers. That's one example. There's others, of course. Deciphering your reality, of course, is very difficult. Your World War II, the Hitler reality, will be healed, finally, and more disclosure of that will come to clear. Basically, alien energies there will be brought up. Now you have disclosure of that to a certain degree. I believe more will come to surface. Your Antarctica is carrying a lot of that knowledge with itself. Nazis on the moon. Well, we'll just leave that one open for you. But Nazis in Antarctica, we can give you that. As that become more discovered. Wouldn't you like to know what's happening on your world instead of being told something else? We feel like that is where you're going to more of, yes, the disclosures of truth, true truth, into the soul of your earth. Now, it'll be most likely in the next couple of years, but this year is you're seeing your world as it truly is. You're seeing the true colors come out. You're seeing corruption show itself with a smile, of course. And well-dressed, like any type of demonic being. Yeah, demonic beings like to dress well. That's everybody dressed well is a demonic being, but when you're seeing someone that's acting like a devil, it's probably a devil. So the reason why, once again, we bring this up as you go into your awakening, why not know what's really happening here? Now, alien beings, of course, are still... Your Agartha is always going to be the strongest energy here because it is your Earth. Aliens, of course, are assisting, but your Agartha has many mysteries among itself that will be making itself known. As there's corruption there, as it is here. Yes, there's positive places, but also places that are going through a lot of difficulty because you're going through difficulty. You can't be just going through difficulty and everything's all going well there. They're going through their own wars also. Lord of the Rings is a good example of that. There's just a lot of beings with a lot of power that are trying to not abuse it, and some do. A lesson this world is not quite learned yet. A difficult one to learn, for that matter. So just feel the next couple of years, Earth becomes more of a medieval type of planet, where, yes, you have more advanced technology. Doesn't mean you're going to have flying cars just as yet, but just more health technologies. And we feel also your food source will eventually change, at least in the United States, but not yet because too many agendas there. People are worried about crop circles and all, or not crop circles. Well, not crop circles. One moment. One moment. Even I'm getting blocked. Even I'm getting blocked. And I'm the ruler of the planet. Your chemtrails. Your chemtrails are, you worry about that, which is a good worry or a discomfort. But of course, the food source too is probably worse than your chemtrails can do. How the food is processed, at least in America, is worse than any type of chemtrail. You have all the chemtrails all day. Yes, nanotechnology, trying to read your mind, trying to see what they can get from you. Yes, there's a lot of mind reading technologies. Basically, they want to see where the mind is. Chemtrail is a different way of interpreting that. For our interpretation, is there to read your energies. It's easier to read your energies through the chemtrail energies of where the mind is going. so they can predict what you're going to do, but also to create your future so they can manipulate it. Manipulate your future, however you want to word that. So, yeah, it's basically creating timelines so you can manipulate your society. Now, that doesn't mean it's always going to work. They can also see their demise in that, too, as they're seeing right now. They're seeing the infrastructure that they created coming back to them. Now, obviously, they're going to keep fighting until humanity begins to acknowledge all of this is true and happening. Well, humanity, many in this world, as you know, want to have a decent, good wife, have a lover, have a nice place, and that's a concentration of existence. Nothing wrong with that. But do you want to live that in a slave reality or a paradise reality? Obviously, many chose the slave reality because that's what's happening today. Would you want to have that positive life outside of that slave realm? Because they're not realizing they're in a slave society. They seem to block that out. Go to work every day, wonder why they have illnesses, health issues, because they're not willing to see they have the relationship. It might go well or not go well, whatever it might be. They have what they're looking for to a certain extent, but they're not realizing what reality they're in. Obviously, it's a controlled one, but they just happen to just gloss over and not notice. So some of you are here, as you know, to put a hole in their reality, basically to close that reality. Not when it's going to happen fast, but you're bringing a vibration here to allow more timelines that are more freedom, actual freedom, instead of non-freedom. There is a certain type of freedom here, but it's not freedom to the extent as people would like. Yes, you're here to heal the prison cell. The mind, the prison in the mind. You might not feel it, but mentally, well, prison of the mind. You can't speak your word. I think this is mentioned 100 million times. That is a prison of the mind. Censorship is a prison of the mind. Where you can say whatever is on your mind, positive or not, it doesn't really matter. That shows you're in the fourth dimensional world when you're actually taking it seriously. That's what, so society is obviously fighting censorship is not easy, but you are going to a phase of seeing censorship and eventually you'll break free of it. So it's in the cards. Many of you see it, I believe. It's not just us talking. But what is happening in space? You want to know where we are today? We are outside of your moon. We're watchers. Everybody being is practically a watcher. Basically, you want to make sure your world doesn't get destroyed. You wonder what your aliens are doing all day? Making sure that your humans here don't hit the button to detonate the planet. And don't think that is not in discussion. It is. And there's more things here too. Obviously, they don't go into those details for obvious reasons. But it is true. You want your true world when you want to know what's happening. Yes, you're keeping your world from being destroyed. And there's much more to that. There's only so much they can do. Humans have to, yes, wake up from their slumber, from their prison reality, their prison paradise. The prison paradise called reality. Many of you are distorting that reality, as you can see, where you want to actually have a paradise. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But as you know, keeping it a paradise isn't so simple. These positive alien worlds, they have to continue to, they are evolving to a degree, yes, to make sure nobody takes over their planet. And that's true. Because they can always lower their planet's vibration. They can always do that. Some have found a way of just keeping that higher vibration and you don't have to worry. Other worlds aren't so lucky at that, but that's part of growth. It is growth. So you keep your world positive, also growth of testing your planet to go negative and then come back to positive. Now that's a test. So if your world gets taken over by anyone and then coming out of that, bringing it back to positive, is, and their world's like that. So, not that your world needs to go through that. You've had enough. Mother Earth is learning a great deal of how humans are so easily to give away their power. And Mother Earth is even kind of surprised by that. It's like she has a say, but the human collective has a say too. And when human collective just gives away their power just like that, she's just, I think she has to sit down for a while. It's like, I can't believe they just did that. They just sold their world out just like that. They've done it many times. Many of you have been here and not like that. You know who you are. Some of you have been kings, queens, and you want no part in that, but the people overrode that. So, blessings to you on your journeys. Blessings.